Hey, everybody. Look what the cat done drug in. Look what the cat done drug the fuck in. Make sure you lock the fucking gate because it ain't no escaping. It's time for it to happen. We got this big conversation that need to be had between us men and us women to try to see what's up with this fracture and between with us and these relationships with our women and what can we do to try to heal each other instead of being so adversarial. So tonight is my episode, my pilot episode. So we're gonna see we're gonna get it cracking. What I'm gonna need to do, I'm gonna need my family to participate so we can get this thing rolling. What you think, Big Shannon? What you think they're gonna do tonight? I need to see my folks in here, and I need to share. I need to get the shares up to about 15 before we get started. We only got an hour because I'm leading you straight to the rabbit hole. I know y'all wasn't expecting this, was you? Where my people at? Where my family at? How y'all doing? What's up, Sandra Neal, Reen Chiz, Tiffany Ann, Christine? What's going on? I need some of my fellas in here too, because I don't want you to all jump on me. I'm gonna be by myself, and for the women to jump on me. So, my first topic that I'll probably bring up is a question for you women. I want to know if you actually know what us men want when it comes to a woman. Do you guys actually know what we want when it comes to a woman? And do you actually care? Now I see a whole bunch of my female family in here. I want Shannon to drop the link, and I need somebody to come on here so we can have this conversation. Who willing to come on and have this conversation? I need somebody to come on and have this conversation because we can't have it all in the comments. Somebody need to click that link and come on so we can have this conversation and get it cranking. Because it's been too long. This conversation is long overdue. It's time for us to heal each other. We can't keep fighting, and carrying on the way we're carrying on. Because the thing is, we're not going to be able to heal and prosper as a people if we don't get the family back together. We wasn't put here to be by ourselves, to be alone. So all that independent, I don't need no man shit, go out the window. We need to get back to what this shit was supposed to be from the beginning. Man, woman, child, in that order. So who's willing to put the work in for us to get back to that? Because the shit that's going on right now is ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. And I'm not here to lay the fault or blame anybody because the blame lies on both ends, on both sides. Men has failed our women, and our women has failed our men. So let's try to find a solution to get this family back together. Now, do I got somebody that's willing to click this link and come on and have this conversation with me? I'll give you a couple seconds. Meanwhile, Shannon, do me a favor. I need you to play that mastermind credit game commercial, the Ox Shop, if you still got it. Play that to get somebody a chance to click the link to come on and have this conversation with me. Okay. How everybody doing tonight? I know I surprised the shit out of y'all with this mask, but this mask was necessary. It's necessary. This is a serious conversation. This going to lead to the conversations that people don't really like to have. Those hard conversations that you have as an adult. This the kind of conversation that as men we know when you get that text in the early in the daytime, like from your woman that we need to talk text. Fuck your whole day up until you had that talk because now you got all this shit running through your mind about damn what's going on now, what you gonna talk about later on. No, let's get this shit over with now. This gonna lead to those kind of conversations, and we need those kind of conversations in order for us to heal and get back to being together like we're supposed to be as a black family. This shit is high time, for us to get it together. We've been fucking around for too long Everybody else is prospering and advancing in life, and we just still running in place or running backwards for that matter. And you can't do it alone. We was not put here to be alone. So anybody that's saying they fine with being alone, I think that's a goddamn lie, because at the end of the day, you had those nights when you sit there and you cry yourself to sleep because you're tired of being in bed by yourself every night. So, let's have it. Let's have it. Play that video for me, Shannon.
Welcome to the Mastermind Credit Game Facebook group for forward-thinking people seeking financial freedom. I'm Ahmed Fareed, CEO and founder of the Mastermind Credit Game, a step-by-step game plan on how to build $1 million credit profile and access millions of dollars in personal and business credit cards and loans, even if you have bad personal credit. I'll be revealing financial wisdom I've learned for over 6 years of doing credit repair, credit building, and using that good to excellent credit to leverage business credit. And it's a whole lot easier than you think. If you take a moment to learn and utilize the info provided in this group, I promise you it will change your life. And that's no exaggeration. Here at MCG, we specialize in credit repair, credit building, business credit, and getting real money. MCG has been helping members take control of their financial future with total confidence in all money and investment decisions. Our members are on track to live a wealthy lifestyle right now and not 20 years down the line. The ideas and financial strategies revealed by MCG are only for people who are willing to look at credit in a different way other than what we've all been taught. And it will only benefit people who are willing to acknowledge that there are shortcuts to building massive wealth, because everybody has a dream house or a dream car. But the question is, can you afford it? You see, MCG allows you to live a more full and enjoyable life, to preserve, protect, and grow your wealth for your family right now and for future generations to come. And more cash will enable you to enjoy life while leaving behind a significant inheritance for your kids and grandchildren. Best of all, it works for anyone at any level, even if you have excellent credit. So to get the most out of this group and get your hands on our latest training and resources right away, follow these 3 quick steps below. Step 1, download the Credit Building Secrets, how to boost your credit score 100 plus points in 30 days. Use the link in the description below. Step 2, schedule a free consultation and we will go over your credit report with you, a $75 value. Use the link in the description below. Step 3, add myself, Ahmed Fareed, Ray Wall, and Shannon Reynolds as friends on Facebook. And here's why. Every week, Shannon, Ray, or myself will host a special live stream training sharing credit building secrets, credit repair, business credit, and more. You most likely won't see our valuable content in the group unless we're Facebook friends or you're already friends with us on Facebook. So to stay in the loop, simply request us on Facebook and you won't miss a beat. Again, welcome to the Mastermind Credit Game group for forward-thinking people seeking financial freedom.
Everybody get that information. I think y'all should take advantage of it. He's like a genius when it comes to that shit. He'll have your shit straight. Right now, I'm gonna go to these comments and see what my family talking about. Tiffany Ann, you got the first answer. Tiffany Ann wrote support and to shut the hell up. And that basically is it in a nutshell. Because men, we don't ask much, we don't want much. That's not that's in a nutshell. It's that simple. You can write it on the back of a stamp what men want when it comes to their women. But we don't get the support, and for real, y'all really don't know how to shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know when to y'all don't know when to be quiet. I'm not gonna say shut up because that's kind of harsh, but y'all don't know when to be quiet. Y'all don't know when to be quiet. And Reen Cheers, we got Brandy. I think we women know what men want, but only selectively care. Like, do you care to explain that? Like, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So what makes you selectively care? Like, what is it that you care about then? So why should you even have a man if you're going to selectively care what he wants? Like, so you should just stay alone. Why would you be able to have a man with that kind of thought process, Brandy? That's not cool. That's not cool at all. And Ring Cheers, here you go. The first one. I knew it was coming. Sooner or later, hell no, y'all change like the weather. Whoever got her ass off or is done. Whoever got her ass or tits done. That's not the kind of conversation we trying to have tonight, Ring. You slinging mud, and we ain't trying to sling mud. We looking for answers. We're not looking for for you to shame nobody or guilt or or throw insults or whatever. You're old enough to give us something productive, Ring. Come on, I know you got something better than that. You got to come better than that. We're looking for answers. Give me a legit answer, Ring. How can we close this chasm that we got between us, with men and women? There's a big divide, and it didn't start off that way. It didn't start off that way at all. Christine Reynolds said, my opinion of what men want is a woman who's loyal, loving, willing to listen instead of nagging, a woman who supports their man, be his backbone, and love them unconditionally. Bingo. You know what you'll get from a man if you provide that for him, you'll get everything. Because we inherently were put here to provide and protect for you guys. It's in our nature to do those kind of things. But if you don't do the things that we need done, you're not going to get that 9 times out of 10 from a man. You're not. Like, you can't just get it because you was born with a vagina. It's stuff that you got to do to get us to allow us to be who we are as men. You got to allow us to be who we are as men, but some of y'all just don't want to do that. But you expect everything and don't want to provide nothing in return. You think you get everything and willing to give up absolutely nothing in return. And then you got some men out here who don't want to do right. But the thing with that is you're responsible for your choices in men. If you keep picking the same kind of men, you're going to get the same kind of outcome. Anything other than the same kind of outcome with the same kind of men, that's just insane and insanity. That's insane. So you got to choose better. You got to choose better, and you got to be responsible for your choices, because what you go through with one man or two or 2 men or 3 men or whatever in your past, don't mean that the next man that's coming down the line want to provide you that same kind of hurt and pain. And we all, men and women, go into following relationships with some hurt or pain that we carry, and be waiting for what's behind door number 2, or for the door to fall, out from underneath your feet. And we self-sabotage our shit. We self-sabotage, and we go into relationships not healed. And when you're not healed, you're gonna hurt, and you're just gonna cause more hurt, and it's never going to work. And at the end of the day, nobody want to take responsibility for the choices they made in life, men or women. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you stay in that relationship with that abusive guy or that abusive female. You chose to stay. You was collecting the flags like you was at Ringling Brothers. Just collecting them, like, and thinking you're going to get a better outcome, because as females, y'all think that y'all could change a man or whatever. And the bottom line is, that's the red. You collected those red flags like you at Ringling Brothers. And the bottom line is, once somebody show you who they is, just believe them. Believe them. It ain't hard to leave. People say they won't leave because of the kids or whatever. It's hard to leave because the kids are more resilient than grown-ups when it comes to stuff like that. You can raise your kids and with the parents not under the same roof or whatever. If you actually made a mistake, if you had kids, the kids are never a mistake. They are born. They are here for a reason. But if you in an abusive relationship, any kind of relationship that you got to get out of, you got to get out of there. You can't just stay for the sake of, y'all got kids together, so you're gonna keep letting them bust you over top of your goddamn head because y'all got kids together. The kids see that shit. The kids hear that stuff. The kids see what's going on. So you're gonna raise your kids, under that kind of roof and cause that kind of trauma and damage to those kids growing up, and kids that grow up with that kind of trauma end up following in the footsteps of the person that's committing the trauma, because that's all they know. That's what they grew up with. So we got to break that cycle. And just be responsible for, for what you do as an adult. You make the choices, take the blame for it, and heal yourself and do the work that you need to do for your next relationship to prosper like it's meant to prosper and not to fail. I'm gonna go to some more comments from my family because we got a whole bunch of them. It's kind of hard to read it with this mask on and shit. So just bear with me for a little bit. I'm looking for Brandy said, please explain the mask. The mask was necessary, Brandy. And you say y'all men crying yourself to sleep because y'all don't care. That's why you're gonna be by yourself, Brandy. That's why you're gonna be by yourself, because you don't care. And I'm gonna call cap on that, because sooner or later you're gonna care about somebody, Brandy. It's an every.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Lisa Carter said they want a woman who supports them, loves them unconditionally, listens, respect them, loyal, and sex. That's all. So like, y'all basically know, what men want or whatever. Are you willing to give it up though? Are you willing to give it up? It ain't hard. It ain't even much. It ain't even much. Now I want to know, like, I want to hear from you women. What do you guys want in the man? What do you want in the man? Get them comments popping. I want to know what you guys want in the man. I want to see how long your list is. I want to see how long this list is. We might not have enough time to read off everybody's list, because I know they're going to be long. Let's get. I want to see. I want to see. I got to see. I got to see. We're going to go back to some comments while y'all typing that stuff in. Tiffany Ann said, listening to comprehend and not to respond. That's the number one problem that we as humans have, because a lot of people can't take constructive criticism. So, or just those kind of conversations, and they feel like we get attacked. So basically, we just letting you talk until it's our turn to say whatever we're gonna say, and ain't even really heard what you had to say. So now it turns into a screaming match. And once everybody screaming and yelling, who heard who? I didn't hear you and you didn't hear me. So it was a waste of time. And now we both on 100, and and now what? Shit then got worse than what it was when we started the conversation. It wasn't even a conversation, because we were just yelling and screaming and howling at each other. It wasn't productive. So now what? Phoenix Jones, that's a new name. Welcome to our show, Phoenix. The divide comes from the progressive brainwashing via social media, people with these fake lives and unrealistic entitlements. Yeah, social media is the devil when it comes to our community. It's fake currency, and a lot of people live by that shit on social media. That shit is fake currency, but it carries a whole lot of weight in our community. It carries a whole lot of weight in our community, and it's actually set us back, because it wasn't put here for what people are using it for right now. It was put here basically. You could use it for marketing, stay in touch with people, or you could get in touch with people from your past, from school or whatever. But now they use it for, everybody has this certain life that they live on social media that's so far from the life that they live in person. You only get a couple minutes out of somebody's life on there, and they live it to the fullest. Everybody's doing everything, and they judging each other according to what they putting on social media, and that shit is far from the truth. So I think we should, I think we should go back to using it for what its initial intent was. But once the horse get out of the barn, it's hard to get him back in there. So I doubt if we'll get back to what it really was intended intended to be. I doubt it. But like Jesse Jackson said, keep hope alive. Christine Reynolds said a lot of women are so used to be independent and doing everything for themselves, When they get a good man, they don't even allow them to lead and be a provider. They always throw up in men's faces how they don't need them. That needs to change, ladies. And that's the truth, because in our actuality, you do need a man. We need each other, to be honest. But you don't hear men walking around shouting at the top of their lungs, "We don't need no women," because how stupid do that sound? I don't need no woman. You do. We was here, put here. We need each other. So for all you women out here that's independent that say you don't need no man, like that shit need to stop. That's a bullshit slogan, and that y'all adopted, and y'all need to cut that shit out, because we need each other at the end of the day. You need each other at the end of the day. You can be independent, but that don't mean you don't need no man at all. Tiffany Ann said it's not hard to leave. They are conditioned to the relationship and are scared to move on, so they continue to make one another miserable. And that's the worst. That's the worst place to live at, under a roof where it's just miserable. Like, you pull up to the crib and you just sitting out there looking at the house like, man, I don't even want to fucking go in there. She in there, and vice versa. She pull up, do the same thing. Or you get home, like, you be on your way home. I hope she's not there, you know, and that kind of stuff. Like, that's a fucked up way to live. That's a bad joint right there. Like, your house is supposed to be your home, your castle. Like, you go there, you go home. That's your serenity. Like, you out here, with these wolves all day outside. So when you go home, you want peace and serenity. And if you can't have that, like, why be there? Like, how the fuck you don't want to go home? Like, that sounds crazy. Like, who don't want to go home? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Phoenix Jones, men aren't loved unconditionally. Only women and children are. Our receiving love is definitely contingent on to what we can offer. And I'm gonna have to agree with that. And that's crazy. We had this argument before on the podcast about there's no such thing as unconditional love. And it basically comes with conditions for men, because as men, we are expected to have certain things to be able to date a woman. If you don't have said certain things, then they're not going to deal with you. It's like they've had slogans, for the longest, like, ain't nothing going on but the rent. I don't want no scrub. They had all these female anthems for the longest. I've never heard a male anthem. If you have, put me down with it. I've never heard it myself. So that is and what it is, and it's sad to say that to women, a man's worth is in his wallet. A man, a man is nothing but a paycheck when it comes to a lot of you women. You equate, his value is his worth is how much money he make, how much does he have? That's his worth. So that trumps his character, his values, his morals. You would throw all that shit out the window, you know, because you're seeing the dollar signs. He could have, that lifestyle that you want, but his character is flawed. His value system is fucked up. His morals is deplorable. So what kind of relationship you think you're gonna have with that man? Money is money. That shit was made to be spent. Like, but it don't, that shit it don't trump your character and your morals, like, at all. At all. They want a woman, let me see, Christine Reynolds. Well, I want a man, what I want in a man is support, time, love, and companionship. And that's simple. That's real simple, and that's easy to get, Christine. And we all should have that, though. We all should have that, because if you get the simplest thing from somebody, like what she just said, that brings out the best in people. That's all. As humans, appreciation goes a long way. If you show me that you appreciate me being around and being, or doing whatever it is I'm doing, when it comes to you and the family, you show me a little bit of appreciation. I'm not talking about buying me stuff, and you don't even have to do this shit every day. It's periodically. Just don't take me for granted. We take each other for granted, like that. That what you're doing is you're supposed to do this shit. You have to do this. Ain't nothing wrong with giving somebody a pat on the back or, a small, thanks, or I appreciate what you're doing. Would you say, ALG, we discuss this regularly, so I know the answer, but what do you think women and men can do more of for each other to strengthen our relationships? I think that we need to sit down and have those tough conversations more often than not. You got to have those tough conversations and put it out on the table of what you want and what you expect of each other. If I tell you what I want, what I expect, and you tell me what you want and what you expect, and I don't do it, then that means I don't give a fuck about what you want or what you expect, and you shouldn't be with me, and vice versa. It's that simple. It ain't even hard. We just make the shit hard, and it's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all to be with somebody. We make it hard. Tiffany Ann, support, a listening ear, transparency, honesty, teamwork. That shit is all. That's all shit that's attainable, Tiff. It's all attainable. So why we have so many people out here that's single? Like why is this relationship so fractured? Like and it's like beyond repair. It seems like we just so it's like we so angry with each other, and it shouldn't be that way. Like you can't even like now you can't even like make eye contact with somebody that's a stranger on the street or whatever. Like if you see a like as a man, I'm gonna give you an example. I was driving one day, so I'm at the light. You know how you sit at the light? I'm sitting there just staring off or whatever. So this girl, she walked across the street. She on her phone. She walked across the street. I'm at the light. So she just, you know, went across my vision or whatever. But I'm not looking at her. I'm not paying her no mind. I'm just staring ahead into space, just letting my thoughts, go or whatever. So she on the phone and she like, I don't know what the fuck he looking at. What the fuck he staring at? And that when she was talking loud like that caught my attention. And even if I was looking at her, what harm do that cause? I didn't say anything, and I actually wasn't looking at her. But if I was looking at you, what harm is it in looking at somebody? How you feel offended because somebody just looked at you while you was walking across the street? You can't even say, "Hey, how you doing?" to somebody without them thinking that you actually are trying to, make a move on. Well, I just was being cordial and speaking. Everybody don't want you. If somebody you could be cordial and speak. That's all. That's crazy. Yo, Warren, what's up, man? What's going on? I'm leading straight down the rabbit hole for you tonight, Warren. Straight down the rabbit hole. So everybody that's tuned in right now, don't go nowhere at 9 o'clock. We gonna transfer straight to the rabbit hole with Warren and Brandy and Mr. Cheese. I mean, Bianca. Why I called you Brandy? I made a mistake on my slutty buddy name. I had to apologize. Plus you let me rock that dope ass hat on Saturday. On Saturday, I know Shannon don't got that joint on go or whatever. But if you could throw that joint up, I need you to throw it up because I thought I was a player when Bianca let me get that hat on Saturday, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. Lisa Carter, women's want emotional support, love unconditionally. Listen to, feel safe, respect, loyalty, and sex. Look at that that big time hat I got from Bianca. Tell me I don't look like Goldie on that joint. I'm gonna reread your comment again, Lisa. Women want emotional support, love unconditionally. Listen to feel safe, respect, loyalty, and sex. Lisa Carter, she don't never forget to put that sex at the end. Lisa Carter don't never forget to put that. But that's all stuff. It's not even. And if you really want that, if that's what you really want, it ain't even hard to get it. You just got to choose. You just got to choose the right person to get it from. You got to choose the right. And a lot of people miss their person because he or she was corny, or he was corny. He ain't had no swag, or she was plain Jane. She looked all churchy, whatever. But she might that might be the one that match your everything. That could be your person, and you didn't even give it a shot because of what? Something superficial. We got to get past the superficial stuff. It's hot. It's getting late. It's getting late in the game. Ain't nobody. We not young no more. We're not young. Divine Fortson. We want God-fearing men who are emotionally intelligent, who can lead, provide, and respect our feminine energy. I love feminine energy. I love feminine energy. Like it's nothing more sexy than a black woman and her femininity. Nothing on this planet, nothing at all. Doesn't compare. But we have a lot of them that don't embrace it, and they out here walking around with that masculine energy, and that shit is a turn off. Like if I'm a man, how the fuck you acting like me? I'm a man. You supposed to be feminine. Like I can't. Like you wouldn't. How would it be? How would you take me if I'm walking around you feminine and I'm feminine? Like who the fuck would want me if I'm acting all feminine as a man? Like that's not what that's just the same way it looked for you to be in your masculine energy. That shit is a turn off. Like nobody, no real man want to deal with that shit. Embrace your femininity and run with that shit. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. Say Bring, what's up? Say Bring. That feeling safe is chef's kiss. Tiffany Ann, I want a man. I want a man I can feel safe with. Lisa Carter said communication is key. Christine Reynolds, Snoop Dogg, bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks. That was an anthem. Uh, you got that. You right. But I'm gonna fill you in on something. I didn't listen to that shit. So I think Project Pat had the album for y'all. Chick, who the fuck is Project Pat? Say, Bring, stop. Come on. Nobody know Project Pat. What's up? What's up, Nashua? Melly, what's up, good brother? Phoenix Jones, you can't have those tough conversations with people that possess zero accountability. Yeah, those be the toughest conversations to have with people who basically walk around like they shit don't stink. And you walking around like your shit don't stink, that means you have done nothing wrong in the situation. Everything that has went wrong or will go wrong is all on the other party. They have no, they're not going to be accountable for nothing that went wrong or nothing, anything bad, anything. They don't have nothing to do with it. It was all on you. So you got to stay clear of them kind of people. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Send a link. Send a link, Shannon. Tiffany Ann want to come on. Melly said, "I know I'm late, but did anyone come on yet?" No, not yet, Melly. We still waiting. We still waiting. We got our regulars, but you know how our regulars, they be camera shy. Don't want to come on camera. What's up, Lillian? Communication is the key, guys. If you can't do that, then there's no point. Exactly, because like if you can't talk to me or if I can't talk to you, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And it's easy to talk, but a lot of the stuff be difficult, and people don't want to hear that shit. They'd rather just go with the keep the status quo than have that conversation. And you never like that conversation could be something that the other party had no idea about. And it could be eye opening, and then it could take your shit to where it's supposed to be. It could take you to where you're supposed to be instead of y'all keep fighting and carrying on about some stuff that she might not even have a clue what's going on, and vice versa. You might not have a clue, what's going on because y'all didn't verbalize it, communicate, and work through that shit. It's only a couple things that you really can't talk about and work the shit out. For the most part, a lot of stuff you could talk it over and get through it, and that's just it. You got to have those tough conversations. Drop the link for Tiffany Ann, Shan. Melly said, well, I'm seeing a lot of what women want, but women always getting what they want. But why not what man want? I have my questions to the ladies is, do what a man want matters? If so, then why is it not implemented? That's a good question, Melly. That's a good question because us as men was raised to just do for women just for the simple fact that they were women, because they're women. And you have some women out here that don't even deserve that shit, and they expect it. Like you can't, like you just because you was born with a vagina, don't mean that you are a queen. Everybody say they a queen, this, that. That shit is earned. Like if you walking out here, you walking around. Yeah, I'm ready for Tiffany Ann. If you walking around out here like you a piece of shit with corn in it, then that's exactly what you are. You don't get treated as you're not a queen. That shit is earned. Like everybody walking around here with this entitlement or whatever. It's crazy. What's up, Tiff?
ALG.
What's going on?
How you doing tonight?
I'm all right.
Trying to get my life together.
Go ahead, get your life together. Put Anthony Metlock comment back up there, please. Have the tough conversations are needed in a relationship. They necessary, ain't necessary. What's up, Tiff? What you working tonight?
No, I was getting my kids together. Get my kids together. Get my daughter ready for school tomorrow. But you know, I had to jump on just to show you some love.
Yeah, I appreciate it. What's going on with you? What you got good for you?
A big thing issue is the fact that you always hear a lot of women say, well, I'm the prize. I'm the prize. We both are equally the prize, but what are you bringing to the table?
You know what you just said, that last statement you made? You break it up, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
That last statement you just made about what do you bring? Like if we ask someone what they bring to the table, that blew the whole conversation up. Mm-hmm. It triggers them.
Of course.
Because my thing is, if I'm supposed to have X, Y, and Z, in return, what do you have to offer me? If I'm gonna come with all this, like what do you have to offer me? What I could pay the 40 and don't have to deal with the bullshit. If that's all you bringing.
Exactly. If you can't put it into
when
words,
you ask them
what it is, what you can contribute, then what's the point? What are you doing it for? Stop coming within a relationship with the mentality of I'm the prize, because that's the shit you hear on social media. The stuff you see on social media is, I'm sorry, excuse me, Poppy, smoke and mirrors. You don't know what's going on in the background in that relationship. They show you what they want you to see pictures in 2 seconds, but you don't know what's going on in the background. You have to know. If you're going to be with somebody,
bad connection too.
I got a bad connection.
Yeah, it's kind of choppy.
How about now?
Go ahead.
Am I good now? All right.
Yeah, you good.
Well, if you're going to get into a relationship, intentional. Know what you're bringing to the table. Know what you want. Are you and that person, do y'all have the same goals? Because if you don't, then you're wasting each other's time. If we're coming into the relationship, the very first thing that needs to happen is a conversation. What are you looking for? Do you want to have more children? What are your goals? If that doesn't match up, y'all got to walk away. But everybody is so hell-bent on saving face and keeping up appearances. Or now you done got attached. Oh, I don't want to let
you might got to go out and come back in. But like Tiffany Ann said, what she basically saying is, like when you got to date with a purpose. When you dating with a purpose, you have those kind of conversations. You're not just rocking out and just fucking or whatever. You have those conversations to see if y'all stuff line up. Look, this is what I'm trying to go at. If you're not trying to go here, then we could do whatever, or you just take it. Y'all just agree to part ways. Like if I'm looking for this and you're not looking for this, then we not compatible. And Aisha Wilder, I think the best thing I heard so far was it's time for healing. I had to jump off YouTube and come here just to say it. I appreciate it, Ish. Melly said, I'm curious to see what the women say about my question. What's the answer or response? What question was that, Melly? Type it again. Type it in again. Salute Tiffany Ann for showing up. Aisha Wilder, salute you. Pop, what's up, Pop? Them type chicks get dogged out in the end and play victim. What type chicks? Because I'm probably kind of late with the comments, so is not lining up in real time. What you talking about, Pop? Remember, sure, the last statement is aggravating to me because the answers they give it now is I am the table, which is totally the wrong answer to a man. No, I don't. I don't think women they can't be the table. Like you can't be the table. If you're the table, you're gonna sit at that. You're gonna be the. You're gonna sit at that table by yourself. That's my take on that. You can't be the table. Yo, Flight, what's happening, man? Lisa Carter said, Melly Shula, it does matter what a man wants. Selfish and not invested. Right? Point Tiffany Dennis. Tiffany Ann Dennis from Flight. Tiff, hit the link and come back in if you can. Because you be sharing, you be dropping nuggets and gems from a woman's point of view. And that's what we basically need. Like, it can't just be me stating everything that need to go on because I'm not a woman. I only can speak from a male's perspective. I can't speak from a woman's perspective because I'm not a woman and I don't want to be a woman. And I'm not going to act like a woman. Only can speak from, my perspective as a man and talk, from my experiences, that I've had in my previous relationships. You back. Okay, Tiff.
Hey, OG, sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.
And was just being intentional when you're getting into a relationship, having that conversation is very imperative. What are you looking for? What do you want? Biggest thing, like I said, what do you bring to the table? Do you want to have more children? Like there's a lot of conversation a lot of dialogue that needs to take place before getting into these relationships. And the problem is a lot of people jump into stuff not knowing what it is they want. That's a problem. There's no need to rush into anything. Take your time, get to know the person.
And that comes with experience because I think we all have done that.
Mm-hmm.
We all have done that, but once you got to learn from your mistakes. Mm-hmm. You can't keep repeating the same mistakes and then playing victim.
Mm-hmm. They so quick to want to put a label on something just for status, just to put it on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah, that's social media is the devil.
YZ. You don't need to know.
Bring interested in your shirt, Tiff.
Oh, my shirt.
Pop said that the females that don't look at sex as a fair exchange and think they are the prize. Yeah, yeah, Poppy.
Go on, say Breen.
Say Breen, you trying to cop one?
But yeah, just being intentional and being honest about what it is you want and stop looking to always gain something from a relationship.
Yeah, because relationships are a give and take.
Are the prize. It's not just
it's a give and take. You can't just go into something and thinking you're just going to take.
Exactly. Stop being so.
It's a give and take. You should never take more than you give.
Exactly.
That's the way I think.
Exactly.
You should never take more than you give.
I hear so much all the time. Oh, well, yeah, I got this dude and we just moved in together. Well, if he can't pay all the bills and I'm out, why can't y'all split the bills?
Yeah. So
society is nowadays.
That's the craziest thing to me, Tiff, because when you was living by yourself, you was paying 100% of your bills, right?
Exactly.
And you had no problem paying 100% of your bills.
Not
so now you and the guy moved together. Now you don't want to pay no bills?
Exactly.
You don't want to pay no bills? So you want to live for free?
Exactly. Especially if the house or the apartment is in your name. What makes you think you're not supposed to contribute?
And why do you get to live for free?
Thank you.
What are you doing that you live for free?
Thank you.
It's cheap. You could pay the 40 and come out a whole lot cheaper. No headaches or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Big Exclusive said we had to get to the point where those in the relationship define what their relationships is and not society.
Exactly.
Social media or these BS gurus. Exactly.
Facts.
Fuck all that outside noise. Whatever you got going on inside your house or inside your relationship, if it's good enough for you and that person that you with, that's fine. Fuck what anybody on the outside got to say because you're not doing nothing to please them.
Because a lot of these females that have these quote unquote friends, they're not really friends.
No.
A lot of females don't know how to be friends with one another. So if you're in a miserable situation, they're gonna eat up all that information and use it against you.
Right. F all the outside noise.
Yep.
Outside noise be the cause of a whole lot of relationships failing.
Yep. And stop listening to single females because your ass gonna be single.
You're gonna be single too.
They want you
and that's exactly what they want. Is that old saying, misery love company? Exactly. That shit be true.
Exactly.
That shit be true. And I've seen it happen to the best of them.
Oh yeah. I've
And,
seen females that
and
work.
until we get to the point that we stop worrying about that outside noise, we got to stop worrying about that outside noise.
Yep.
Do whatever work for you and your spouse is what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can dictate to you how much you supposed to pay or how much she's supposed to pay.
Exactly.
That's the conversation that you sit down at the table as grown-ups and have. All right, well, listen, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And it worked for both of y'all. It worked for y'all.
Y'all have your
Lisa
own.
Carter said, whatever you got going on with whoever is not for social media, no one's business.
Exactly, Lisa. Yep. Keep your business to yourself. That's the biggest problem. People are so quick to want to spread their business, talk their business, tell you everything about them. Why?
Yeah.
What happened
it's all for social media for likes.
What happened to mystery? Just like females that walk outside naked. And I might offend some people. I don't care. I'm saying what I feel.
You don't leave nothing to the imagination.
Exactly. What happened?
It's nothing to the imagination.
You can be sexy covered up. You don't gotta have your ass hanging out or your chest hanging out. You can still be sexy fully clothed.
And Melly say because someone told them and their family about how things were back in the 50s when women didn't pay for nothing but take care of the home. But that world don't exist no more. But a lot of them secretly love being selfish and self-centered. So the double standard is fine as long as it works in their favor. And now what happened in the 50s, basically, is this is a whole new world, a whole different world. The money that it takes to survive now is way more than before. Before, back in the 50s, you could sustain a household on one income.
Exactly.
It's like now, your one income got to be really high to be able to sustain a household. But so you need two incomes. And then with the advent, like once they allow women to go out and get their own money and education and stuff, so
right there.
So that changed their mindset. Like, okay, I could go out and get this shit myself. I don't need you no more.
Exactly.
So you was allowed to go out and take advantage of the world that men made and use it to your advantage and then say you don't need men no more.
Because remember, back in those times, the men was going out and working. They had the factory jobs back then.
And bringing their checks home.
What was the old saying? Bringing home the bacon?
Yep, bringing their checks home.
Cook it.
Keep that big exclusive comment up there. Y'all don't realize how much those people be secretly wanting you and your relationship to fail. Absolutely. I promise you. If you don't hear anything else tonight, keep your ish personal.
Exactly.
Basically.
Stop being
motherfuckers will throw a monkey wrench up in your shit and sit there and applaud it when it's failing, and then but then giving you fake ass comfort and shit, laughing during the embrace when you can't see them.
Not even just
smiling.
Not even just laughing.
Because they helped you nuke your shit.
Yeah, not even just laughing, no, OG. I've seen women who were supposed to be the best of friends. Girl running off her mouth, telling her all her business about her man, how the sex is, what's going on, this, that, and the third. She's sobbing and crying because she found out the man cheated, but didn't know the woman she was cheating with was the woman that was rubbing her damn back.
Yep, and be plotting to smash.
Exactly.
Like Biggest Lucifer said, be plotting to smash.
Like, come on, you got to be smarter than that. Like, stop.
Yeah, and it's like relationships is so, they saying it's hard work, but it's not hard work. It's simple. If you communicate, that make it real. It's only hard when you don't communicate.
Play your part. Play your part.
And I'm speaking from experience. I'm 54 years old. I done been around. I done been in I done been married twice. Been in a couple relationships out. Other than being married, and like my biggest flaw was communicating.
Mm-hmm.
That was my biggest flaw, and any of them could tell you that. Like I'll close up quick. And don't say nothing. It'd be like Silence of the Lambs in the crib for like days.
I can relate.
It'd be like days. And it took me a while to be able to realize that shit was detrimental to most of my relationship.
Yeah. You gotta
I could just come right in the house and don't say shit to you.
And that's the thing, you gotta open up, because if you don't tell me how you feeling, how am I supposed to know? If I don't tell you how I'm feeling, how are you supposed to know? We're not mind readers.
And exactly. And sometimes we look at it like you're supposed to read, you're supposed to be a mind reader. That's far from the case, because if I have to read your mind, I don't know what the fuck going on. It's going to be all kinds of things running through my mind about what the fuck is bothering you.
And here's the caveat.
If you open your mouth.
If you're telling me what's wrong, I'm taking that information. I should be able to change whatever it is you're telling me that I'm doing wrong, or if it's something that I can help you, then I need to go ahead and I need to incorporate that in our everyday lifestyle. Because if not, you're not going to have the peace of mind that you need as a man, which is then going to bring me peace.
And that's the peace.
I'm 40.
That's not a big word, but it's huge.
I'm
like
40.
Once you have peace, everything else it just flows.
Exactly.
Like it flows like a river.
Exactly.
Peace. And it's so easy to have peace. Like
I don't
that's all. Like Phoenix Jones said in the 50s, those women were subservient to their men. Nowadays, chicks want to be independent, bad bitches, but still get the perks of a man that pays all the bills. Nah, fam. And that's what I'm saying. Like you want to go out and make your own money. That's fine and dandy. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
I salute you for that. But in the same token, you want a man that makes X amount of money. And why? If you're making your own money.
Exactly.
You're making your own money.
Not even just that. If I make more money, if your woman makes more money than you, don't throw it up in his face or tell him that
because at the end of the day, somebody going to make more than somebody.
Exactly.
If y'all together and y'all under the whatever we both bring into the crib is for the crib.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you make more than me, or if I make more than you, because as men, I can't speak for all men, but I don't give a shit how much you make. I don't care. I don't big exclusive clown. You talking about stiff slipped up. She getting at the bag, the big bag.
Big exclusive. Don't tell nobody how much I make. No, but once you make a man feel inadequate or less than a man, he's out the door mentally. And once he's out the door mentally, that's it. Because let me tell you something, ladies. A man is going to look. There's only two sexes, male and female on the planet. A man is going to see what's appealing to his eyes, so he's going to look. As long as he's not being disrespectful.
As long as he don't engage. As long as he don't engage.
Exactly.
You can look all you want, just don't engage.
Stop him from looking, but just know that he respects you enough not to engage. Stop being.
What Melly said, I'd rather pay the 40 now. At 41, I hate to say it. But I really hate how women are now. Since when did it become cool to openly and willingly be happy about dogging a man out? And see, that's why these talks is necessary, because for years, women have had the platform where they could speak out, against men, like dog them out and everything, or whatever. Exactly. So men wasn't, we haven't been able to talk like y'all have been talking in regards to women like that, because once we start talking, he misogynist or whatever, and at the end of the day, you have women out here that hate men. They're just misandrous, and don't even know it. Like, you're misandrous, you have nothing good to say about a man.
Exactly. But you only got 5 more minutes left, OG. So I just want to leave this little nugget for ladies. Honestly, please think to yourself and write this down if you have to. When it comes to a meaningful relationship, what do you bring to the table? And it has nothing to do with sex. It has nothing to do with money. What do you bring to the table? Seriously. Because if you don't know, then you don't need to jump in a relationship.
You don't know your worth.
Have anything to offer if you don't know.
What's your worth? What your value lie in? It can't lie in the vagina, because I can get that for 40.
He can get that anywhere, because chicks throwing that around like it's like gum, candy right about now. What are you bringing to the table? Where's your mental?
And it's not, I'm not saying it to offend you to ask you what you bring to the table.
Not at all.
That's a legit question.
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing?
Emotionally stable.
What are we doing? Like, if we're going to do this, I got to know what we doing, what we getting into.
Exactly. What are we really doing? What are your intentions in this relationship?
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say.
All right, Tiff.
Great show, OG. Love you.
Thanks for coming in, Tiff. Love you too. Demetrius Clement, stop shitting on your partners to your family and friends when y'all go through something. Work it out privately, so you may forgive them, but your fam won't, and that shit be awkward. That's a thou wild, Demetrius. When you dog your spouse out to your family and friends, you forgive them, but your family and friends, they're gonna keep throwing that shit up in your face. It's gonna be weird. Like Poppy said, bingo to that. Aisha Wilder agreed. Tiffany Dennis, no competition in a relationship. Please, it's about whatever together. Basically, modern day gold. Melly is triggered. Lady, stop saying y'all on the table. That's the wrong answer. Damn, Melly is triggered. I like when Melly get triggered. Go ahead, Melly. Where is Brandy at? Where is Brandy at with her young sassy ass mouth? We gonna straighten Brandy out. She needs some straightening. Because Brandy gonna go through life without no man if she keep it up with that kind of energy. We need Brandy to not be single for all her life or for the streets, as I would say. Me and my slutty buddy. Well, I hope that my pilot episode was informative or whatever. Because I'm gonna need for y'all to keep tuning in because this is necessary. This is necessary. We all got some stuff that we can learn from each other and try to make this shit work. Melly triggered. I'm noticing the women are quiet now. Let me guess. Is it because y'all not put on the pedestal? I guess if it was another man ain't shit post, then y'all good. No, I think they're doing a lot of listening, Melly. And I hope they're doing a lot of listening and just taking this shit in, man, because it ain't about, we ain't here to bash one another, man. Like I said from the beginning, we need some healing in our, amongst ourselves and our community, because everybody else is prospering and us as Black folk, we doing the same shit, man. We're doing the same shit. Our families is broken. We need to get that shit back together. We need to get it back together. Christine Reynolds, this was a great start to the Formula Show. Great content. Have a great night. Great people. All right, Christine, I know you got to go to bed because you got that Ghost Ship tour tomorrow. Christine, I be down there often though, but it's kind of too cold now to come down there and shit. Say, Breen, we get slammed for hushing, shaking my head, Melly. Breen, Melly be triggered. Melly be triggered. But it's all good though. He ain't really slamming y'all. I'm just super appreciative that y'all was able to tune in tonight and be active in the chats. Y'all be scared to come on camera, but that's fine. We got Tiffany Ann to jump on. My slutty buddy will definitely jump on. One of these days we're gonna get Breen to come on. You're gonna come on, Breen. Pickle Melly, look, you damn right I'm triggered, because this ish is ridiculous. We want to give y'all the world, and all we ask for is about 4 or 5 things, opposed to the 1,000 y'all want and get. Yeah, Melly. Machine gun fire for that one, Shannon. We need machine gun fire. Give us some machine gun fire for that comment from Melly, man. We need some rapid fire for that. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get out of here. Everybody stay tuned, because the rabbit hole was next. It's 9 o'clock. OG got to go, but I'll see y'all again on Tuesday on the podcast, and then again on next Wednesday. Thank you. I appreciate it. Peace.